Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. In the last part, we rejoined with the Rabbit Squad in our first story update since the whole apocalypse happened, where it started off all nice, gave them some food, but then they found out that the equipment they sold now are in the hands of some arms dealers. So they went out to investigate. But those arms dealers turns out to be their seniors in questions, and they gave them an offer to join the Fox Squad and to disband the Rabbit Squad. So we need to see what the decisions are going to be going forward. Thanks to Sensei for stepping in. Back at the park, the Rabbit Squad filled me in on their discovery earlier in the day and then ensuing operation. So the Fox Squad was behind the shield incident. We should have told you from the beginning. It's one thing for us to mess up, it's another thing for our mess up to endanger you, Sensei. I guess we were kind of scared to tell you. You did great, there's nothing to worry about. But we were totally clueless, just happily camping at the park. And you brought us all that expensive beef to thank us for something we caused. And we were just poor homeless students, so we can't even pay it back. The only thing we have to offer is expired bento. Please take it as thanks. No need, really. I'm perfectly fine without it. We'll make it right by finding out what they took from the shale and retrieving it. But taking on the Fox Squad won't be easy. We'll have to at least ascertain what it is they took first. It's not something anyone's been missing, and it didn't look big in the footage. Expensive tuna cans? Teacher's underwear? Sensei's underwear? The idea of the seniors breaking the shale armed to the teeth just to steal underwear is unnerving. Huh. We can worry about that later. I'd like to know more about the Rabbit Squad members. It slipped my mind that you wouldn't be familiar with them. To summarize, the Fox Squad seniors in a nutshell, their Kavotos is elite. Elite forces with the combat capabilities of SRT are a dime of a dozen. But when it comes to super special ops, they're insurmountable. They're trained to handle any situation in any kind of environment. Their skills go way beyond just combat. They were the ideal. They were the unit that not only met, but embodied all that was expected of the SRT agents. For example, the Fox Squad's deputy leader, Nico. She's a squad mom, you know. Her capacity for acceptance and patience are unmatched, and I know because I definitely tested it. She used to pack in our Zushi lunches for any squad leaving for a mission. Nico was everyone's rock. Other squads would come for her for advice all the time. Nico helped me a lot when I was new. She's not just nice though. No matter how hopeless an operation is, Nico never panics. Her ability to stay calm and evaluate a situation is invaluable. They say she's never lost count of the ammo or supplies the squads use in any operation, even with all those messy battles that are under her belt. In that sense, Mo, you could take a cue from Nico. Don't deny that you can find something exhilarating about emptying the entire magazine once in a while. Then there was Kurumi, the Fox Year's resident grump and point woman. Well, being on the front line until the time makes you a little high-strung, you know? You can't let your guard down for even a second. It can mean your life or death for the whole squad. And Kurumi's real power shines in her quick, flexible responses to the unexpected. She's unflappable through her every ambush and attack. The way she can analyze her terrain using her to her advantage under pressure is really impressive. I've actually heard that about her too. When her gun malfunctioned smack in the middle of an enemy territory, she didn't waste a second. She just grabbed the nearest enemy's weapon and started breaking through them with her own firepower. If it were up to me, I probably would have followed my field manual and tried to fix it. I couldn't have turned it around like she did. I'm way more book smart than street smart, so I can't help but admire adaptability in other people. Now, Otoki, the sniper in the Fox Squad. I didn't get to talk to her much, but I've never met a sniper like her before. You're right in that assessment. She definitely isn't your usual lone wolf sniper who prefers to be hidden away. Otogi's got this natural charisma that really commands a room. The spotlight seemed to follow her at SRT. I never met a sniper with a presence like hers. She is pretty weird in that sense. You normally want your snipers quiet, invisible, so they can hit their mark unnoticed, but when Otogi enters the field, you know. I had to go against her in a training drill once, and it was so hard. I was totally on edge, not knowing where her bullets would come from next, but knowing she was there. They say a good sniper neutralizes 3 enemies for every 1 bullet shot. And good coordination is really important so your teammates can benefit from any intel you gather. Compared to her, I mean, sometimes even my own teammates forget I exist. That was one time, and it wasn't your fault at all. She's right. The idiot who didn't realize we were missing a member is to blame. It's not that hard to keep track of 3 people. Shut up! It wasn't like that at all. And then there's Yukino, the Fox Squeed's... Squeeds? Yeah, the Fox Squeed's leader. AKA Little Miss Perfect, and like actually perfect, not like when I'm making fun of Saki. It's true though, Yukino is unmatched. She manages and directs the squad members' movements down to the second. That squad trusts her more than they trust themselves. If she told them to jump off a plane with no parachute, they would do it with complete faith that they would be okay. That was certainly a favorable evaluation. Yes, those seniors were our wildest dreams. We aspired to be them. They were our role models. Anything our Rabbit Squad could accomplish, it's not just the Fox Squad could do it too. It would do it better, faster, and more efficiently and smarter. And you'd be surprised how perfect people actually are. And Miyako, the Rabbit Squad is not replaceable. Do you think so? It's hard not to think that way, I suppose. Because Yukino in my memory, the way she glowed on the TV screen. That doesn't matter. She seemed different. Older? Mature? Maybe she grew up while she was gone. Somewhere I couldn't go. There's still so much I don't understand. Maybe they were right. We still haven't grown through all of this. Maybe it is time to throw in the towel. Follow orders and let people smarter and better than us hold all these responsibilities. What would the 3 of you want to do? And if you ask us, it's just really overwhelming. What does that sound? Is that the emergency broadcast from the General Student Council? Do you think it's related to the recent attack? All citizens of Kavotos, this is a critical announcement. In a few moments, we'll deliver an urgent statement on behalf of the Kavotos General Student Council. We urge all residents to tune into the official General Student Council channel or the Chronos channel to hear this pressing message. The General Student Council's official channel? Where's my phone? There's a much bigger screen you can use instead. Look up. Is that a video? On the side of an airship? Greetings, citizens of Kavotos. I'm Shiranui Kaya, the head of Kavotos' General Student Council's Defense Office. I'm sorry for addressing you so unexpectedly today, but it is an urgent matter. In recent times, the city has faced numerous crises. A mysterious structure descended from the sky, paralyzing our city and causing extensive damage not only to the DU, but also to every academy district. Unfortunately, as a General Student Council, we failed to effectively respond to this monumental crisis and provide a solution. Instead, we relied on decisions made by Shale and the individual districts to mitigate the damages. This was due to the absence of Nanagami Rin, the acting General Student Council president, during the time of the incident. This has resulted in her relinquishing her responsibilities. Criticism regarding her failure to fulfill her duties as acting General Student Council president has persisted, even within the Board of Administration. Finally, today, a vote of no confidence in Chief Officer Nanagami has passed. I, Kai Shiranui, have been duly sworn as the new acting General Student Council president. What? New acting General Student Council president? This transition is not a matter we take lightly. We acknowledge that many of you are likely concerned about this sudden change in the General Student Council's leadership. Nevertheless, we are committed to restoring normalcy to the Kavotos and seek your support for the new Board of Administration that will be established. And lastly, Ghost Sensei. I'm sure you're watching this broadcast from somewhere right now, Sensei. For the sake of the future, Kavotos and Shale, please abide by my request, so Ghost Sensei. As soon as this broadcast is over, we request your presence in the General Student Council's reception room. All members of the General Student Council eagerly anticipate your visit. Thank you and farewell. I look forward to Kapotos' future. Well, that doesn't sound good at all. What exactly is going on here? The General Student Council is in crisis. Uh-oh, that's not good at all. Coup d'etat! Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Coup d'etat. A few hours earlier in the Kapotos General Student Council conference room. The next item on the agenda is determining the level of punishment for the Kaiser Corporation and its executives for exploiting a disaster to spark a civil war and seize the authority of the General Student Council. Normally, this would have been a top priority for the General Student Council and the Board of Administration once they were back in session. However, due to the destruction of many of DU's communications and logistics facilities during the recent events, discussions on this matter have been postponed while we prioritize the restoration of DU for the safety and well-being of our citizens. Thank you for the clarification. As you mentioned, the Kaiser Corporation led a group of private soldiers in an attempt to seize control of the Sanctum Tower and use the ancient weapon they had unearthed. Although we managed to prevent the situation from escalating with the help of Shale Sensei and student council members from various districts, it's essential to recognize the potential consequences. If we had failed to stop them, not only would the General Student Council have collapsed, but Kapotos itself would have been in grave danger. This entire attempt was only possible because Kaiser Corporation is a mega corporation with influence in everything from defense to logistics. To ensure that such an incident is never repeated, I believe it's crucial to impose the most severe punishment on the Kaiser Corporation and its executives. Wait a minute, while it's true that the Kaiser Corporation used private soldiers to forcefully take over the General Student Council, we can hardly ignore the fact that Chief Officer Rin's unilateral activation of the Emergency Response Committee just before the incident caused chaos within the council. But the reason we were present that day was due to the motion to censor Rin. Moreover, there were reports suggesting that Chief Officer Rin has been seen riding one of the ancient weapons unearthed by the Kaiser Corporation. In fact, isn't it possible that Chief Officer Rin was somehow involved with the Kaiser Corporation in this matter? That's quite a serious accusation. I understand that there might be some suspicions surrounding this case, but let's remember that there are established procedures and protocols for handling such matters. If a resolution of accountability is passed and an investigation into the Kaiser Corporation is initiated, you can count on me to fully cooperate with the investigation. Hey, owie, ooh, new face. How many hours has this meeting been going on? Did we have missed lunch already? It's been 8 hours, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds since we began. But we still have 3 more items on the agenda, so just eat your onigiri. Endurance meetings like this are fairly typical for the Board of Administration, aren't they? Onigiri? What onigiri? Hey, Aoi, you didn't give me any onigiri. Wasn't it Rin who gave Shell's Sensei the extrajudicial powers in the first place? Even though it was in a memo from the General Student Council President, we couldn't even verify if the memo was authentic. We have been through this. The memo is undoubtedly from the General Student Council President. If necessary, we can confirm its authenticity through handwriting analysis. Chief Officer, this is beside the point. There are established procedures for everything. Ignoring the decisions of the Board of Administration, even if you're the acting General Student Council President, is unacceptable. I have always followed rules and procedures exactly as written out, but... Hey, Sumomo, did you get onigiri? Another new face. Oh, I'm too sleepy to eat right now. No, not for you. I'm trying to ask if you took my share of onigiri. Kaiser Corporation is a major player in Kapotos, and if they go under, it will be a catastrophe worse than the tower incident. Well, I don't know about that. But Kaiser Industries, Kaiser Construction, and Kaiser Convenience all going bankrupt. Unemployment would skyrocket. Excuse me. We'll take responsibility for that, Chief Officer. Given the influence of Kaiser Corporation, I believe a fine to assist with cleanup and restoration will suffice. Hey, Momoka, are you hungry? I'm not getting any of my Tarako-flavored chips, no matter how much you beg, so don't even try it. So go eat some onigiri or something. Just don't touch my chips. No, I'm trying to tell you that I never got any onigiri. This fucking lady. I don't believe further discussion will be productive at this time. Chief Officer, I think everyone will benefit from some fresh air. Let's adjourn for today and reconvene later. Understood. Since it's getting late, we'll close the meeting and resume tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Oh boy. What's gonna happen to Ren? Phew. I thought I was prepared for how difficult that was going to be. Thank you for your work, Chief Officer. Chief of Defense. Thank you. You as well. Was there anything in the matter? How are you doing? I just wanted to stop by and let you know I think you killed it. You flatter me. I thought this before, but they're totally out of line. Practically, they all use their mouths for to gossip about you or talk about themselves. Being a leader and having to make decisions based on so many differing opinions isn't easy. I can't blame them though. I'm responsible for the situation too. I just have to be patient and convince them one by one. But do you really need to though? You're just the chief officer of general management, but you're also the acting general student council president. You could make things so much easier for yourself by using your authority to make the other chairs say yes. But authority, it's like a double-edged sword, Chief of Defense. It might seem like a quick fix, but its value dwindles the more you rely on it. I can't use my authority to suppress others' voices just because they disagree with me. Honestly, I'm not even sure about myself. As I suspected, he may not be cut out for the whole president thing. Oh boy. What are you saying, Chief of Defense? Rin, truly, I've never liked you. You're nothing like the president, but you had all her favor. And look at you. Even after she's gone, you're still trying to do right by her. You're the president, and you're still listening to everyone around you and harping about procedures. Your mad and centrist approach won't solve anything. Clovis can only be fixed by a superhuman. Chief Kaya, the General Student Council president, is missing, and her seat is vacant. My role as the chief officer is to protect and preserve that seat during her absence. Oh, is that so? Funnily enough, I stumbled upon something interesting in Shell's basement during the recent incident. A secret letter from the General Student Council president that has never been made public. A secret letter? According to the letter, the president wanted the chief of defense to take charge in the event of an emergency, not the chief officer. In other words, the person who should have been the acting president during her absence was never Nanagami Rin. It was always intended to be Shiranui Kaya. What nonsense are you saying right now? Now then, why was the letter with such an important message secretly hidden in Shell's basement? Yes, hidden in Shell's basement. In a building, coincidentally enough, that only Chief Officer Nanagami Rin had access to when the General Student Council president disappeared. And, to further the coincidences, is it not you, Chief Officer Rin, who was the most to gain by the concealment of this document? This is ridiculous. Do you really think people would just believe the letters' authenticity without proof? I'll have a handwriting appraisal done as well as an analysis of the signature. That should be no problem if the General Student Council wrote that letter. Certainly, verifying the document's authenticity is crucial, just like what the note found in the president's office. I would consider your standing in the council. How many members do you think will believe you? Kaya, you. Chief Officer Nanagami Rin, you are under emergency arrest for concealing official documents and abusing authority. Pursuant to Article 78 of the General Student Council Executive Regulations, your duties as acting General Student Council President are automatically suspended until the investigation concludes. And in the interim, I suppose we'll need a new acting president now, won't we? You planned this from the very start. If the president returns, she won't forgive you for this. And if she does return, I look forward to seeing her reaction to your absolute failure in her absence. Now, please respectfully escort the chief officer to her dormitory. Place her under 24-hour house arrest and surveillance. Oh boy, it is literally a coup d'etat. This bitch! Director of Human Resources, how are things going with the protests from the General Student Council building? I was actually just about to reach out to you about that. We've assembled many students to protest the Transportation Office and Regulatory Committee's weak response to the many incidents at public facilities recently. I thought I would need to hire them, but they surprisingly just volunteered. Maybe it's because they were our students, but they seemed very excited talking about transportation technology or something. Of course, none of this would have been possible without your intel, Chief of Defense. There was a lot of information that would have been hard to grasp unless you were there. I was curious to how you gathered all this data. Will this insipid curiosity of yours help you complete your task in any way? Oh, no, I didn't mean to pry. Anyway, to report, angry students are protesting in front of the building, so even if you're a neutral board member not interested in factionalism, it won't look good for Chief Officer Rin. I'm sure most would be in favor if we held a vote of no confidence. Great job! Stay vigilant managing the protesters. Oh boy. Rain, how about the letters we were supposed to send to the sports federations? I sent it right away, just like you asked. Well, not exactly right away. I was so hungry after the meeting that I stopped by the kitchen to grab a bite to eat. You don't need to report every little thing like that. So, how is the sports industry reacting? They usually take a pretty hard line against cheating and manipulation, so everyone was pretty disappointed to hear that Chief Officer Rin had falsified official documents for her own gain. Is it true that the Fox Squad that raided the General Student Council the other day was also outfunded by Chief Officer Rin? It didn't seem like they were in a rush to shut down the SRT Academy. Of course, so if that's all, I'm going to hang. By the way, those foxes can really give it to you, huh? They put me in a reverse key lock as soon as I grabbed her the shoulders. Bet they got trained in martial arts and submission in the SRT too. Nah, I should have tapped out then. My shoulder might never recover from that last attack. Hang? I'm hanging up. Yeah. Wait, but this is really important. I was supposed to get an onigiri earlier, but I want to know who. At least I can put our concerns about the non-confidence votes to rest. And lastly, protocol team. Yes, I need you to draft an emergency statement right away. Also, reach out to the Kronos channel and the municipal stations. It'll take time to set up the cameras. The no confidence vote shouldn't take long. The outcome is already set. Yes, please help us stay on track. We'll be welcoming a very special guest soon, so please be prepared. Our guest's name is Ghost Sensei. Oh boy. Lady, you're picking the fight. You're picking a fight with the wrong team, lady. The wrong person, lady. I think the students trust the sensei more than they trust the council at this point. You're picking a fight with the wrong person. New proxy. I went straight to the General Student Council building just after hearing Kaya's broadcast. Sensei! Oh dear, we're in a tight spot. Rin is... Chief Officer is... Can you update me on the situation? Calm down, Yuma, what happened? So... Rin has been arrested. She's been accused of forging the General Student Council President's letter and for her own gain, ordering acts of terrorism against fellow officers. The letter the President left when she disappeared? How? It's all just a horrible misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, they framed her, 100%. If our high-minded senior had been someone who was capable of considering any kind of self-interest or preservation, the General Student Council would never have recovered and continue to run the way it did. But alas, too preoccupied with doing the right thing, she fell for her blatant schemes. How are you both? Are you okay? We're hanging in there at least for now. And the no confidence vote Defense Chief Kaya's supporters were almost overwhelmingly loud. Those who argued for Ren's innocence were drowned out by the prevailing sentiment of ousted from the proceedings. I've always complained about work, but I never thought I'd see the day when I skip it like this. You're here, Ghost Sensei. The new acting General Student Council President is waiting for you. Right this way. I think twice if I were you, Sensei. They're pretty blatantly setting a trap and asking you to walk into it. Going there would be pretty dumb, don't you think? You're gonna get crushed like a potato chip. I'll manage, one way or another. Just stay safe until I get back, Momoka. Ayumu? You're lucky blind positivity is your best trait. A slacker like me can't help you if you really want to go in there, so be careful. Please take care of yourself, Sensei. Follow me. Man, this place, the student council just can't catch a break. Hello, Ghost Sensei. I'm sorry the General Student Council's mess has caused so much inconvenience. Normally we would have had someone greet you formally, but I heard you were out earlier. Given the circumstances, I felt it necessary to call on you directly. I do apologize it was such a public medium. You didn't happen to have any urgent plans, did you? Anything special planned? Just some errands to take care of. Beyond that, what happened to Ren? Chief Officer Ren is currently under detention in the student dorms. I've stepped in as acting president of the General Student Council, following the Student Council President's recently discovered letter. I'm looking forward to working even more closely with you, Sensei. About that, where did the supposed letter come from, Kaya? It was found in the school's basement. We stored some of the President's old belongings and projects, like the crafting room in there. I can completely understand how this could have happened during the transfer of authority and Shell's involvement. Even someone like Ren can make mistakes. And did you orchestrate this unauthorized search of the basement? I suppose I can't deny that at this point. Once the coup threw DU into chaos, I secretly had someone retrieve any of the prison's belongings still in the basement. It just seems so strange to me. The thought of a superhuman like the General Student Council President disappearing and leaving Rin of all people to fill her shoes. I thought maybe there was something we, the ordinary students, weren't getting. Some great plan. But it was thanks to this unauthorized search that I finally uncovered the General Student Council's President's true intentions. I know I overstepped, but the end justifies the means. You're starting to get it. Sometimes rules and processes impede justice. The people in power aren't superhumans. Their laws are weak, full of holes, and pests will always come crawling out of the woodwork to find and exploit their flimsy systems. One needs heavy boots to crush those pests, Sensei. Kaiser might have gotten a little overzealous during their occupation of Shale, but that doesn't mean their power is a lie. The opposite, actually. Wielding authority properly as it is intended, it happens to be a natural part of the job as the Chief of Defense. So I fully intend to use my authority as acting General Student Council President to its fullest extent. What are you gonna do with Shale? What am I gonna do with Shale? You make me sound so villainous, Sensei. Why would I change anything? Especially after all your little team did for Kavos when the General Student Council was in chaos. We appreciate your contributions and wouldn't dream of acting ungratefully. But it's also evident to anyone with eyes that you're overworked, Sensei. While students do take shifts to help lighten your day-to-day workload, Shell's organizational structures inherently means you'll always be stretched thin. So, we've been thinking. We, the members of the General Student Council, have been brainstorming how we could, help you out, Sensei. And how do you plan on doing that? This is the proposal to reform Shell's administrative structure. We hope to present this to you for approval. Our main goal is to lessen your workload while giving you more authority, Sensei. Take your time, look it over. If you approve, sign the dotted line. What changes after I sign? Nothing changes, per se. You can keep doing your job as you always have. Spend your days with your students, help citizens in need. Of course, it's no issue if you don't want to keep working. I won't judge you if you decide to slack off a bit, Sensei. If you need money, consider yourself taken care of. We'll even handle all that tedious paperwork for you. I do remember how much you hate those reports. The ball's in your court, Sensei. You would just have to give us one little thing. Moving forward, we'll take responsibility for your actions. All activities in Shell will be conducted in the name of the General Student Council. Whatever you may do, whatever consequences to follow Shell, we'll handle the aftermath. Not a bad proposition, right? Adults are known for trying to dodge responsibilities, aren't they? So I'll take on all of it for you, Sensei. You can just lean on me and finally breathe easy. Oh yeah, sure. I gotta trust that face. Thank you for the offer, but I won't sign this. Being an adult means shouldering your responsibilities no matter how heavy. Come again? Sensei, there seems to be some confusion. Our proposal isn't about trying to pin you down. It's not an underhanded trick to take away Shell's authority. We're only looking to make your job easier, to give you more freedom. You can do whatever you wanted. Of course, the proposal isn't set in stone. That if there was a clause you dislike, we can discuss it. I won't lie, your offer is tempting, Kaya. But I can't let my students watch my back as I run away. But slacking off doesn't exactly set the right tone for my students. You really are just a stubborn adult. A stubborn, pathetic adult so lost in your childish ideals that you can't face reality. Managing people like you is truly draining. But fine, we'll shelve this reform proposal for now. Tomorrow, sweeping administrative reforms from our newly reformed cabinet will go into effect. These changes are Kvotos' future. I'm going to transform our society into a well-regulated, perfect new world. I hope you'll reconsider after witnessing our new Kvotos come to fruition. The Defense Department, or rather, General Student Council, is always open to you now. I expect I'll see you soon, Sensei. Fuck this lady. Yeah, bitch. Bitch. They use New Dawn. Are we gonna go to war with the General Student Council now? No, that'd be interesting to see how that turns out. Oh boy. The next morning in front of Kusagi Park. Attention residents, a new executive order will go into effect at 12 a.m. today. Please visit the General Student Council website as well as your local administrative agency for further details. We look forward to your active cooperation in any future inspections by law enforcement. The General Student Council is not responsible for any harm or damages incurred from a failure to comply. Once again, attention to residents. Okay. Is this really happening? I guess so. Although I don't really even know what this is. I already tried to read through the clauses on their stupid website, but it was so convoluted you can't tell what they're saying at all. Do you really think Sensei's okay? We haven't heard from them since they went into the General Student Council building yesterday. Sensei will be okay. The new council's influence hasn't reached the Sanctum Tower as of yet. My biggest concern is what's happening all around the city right now. The announcements were alarming enough, but since this morning I've seen a parade of armored transports and soldiers filling up the streets. There's no way it's another coup, is there? Yep, it's way too eerily quiet. We would have at least heard some shooting. It's hard to tell. We don't have any vision from the city here. Right now, information is our most essential resource. We'll have to do some recon in the field. Gear up, Rabbit Squad. Let's get to the bottom of this. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Aren't those idiots Kaiser's Special Forces or whatever? Yeah, I recognize them. Why are they decked out in gear in the middle of the city? It's all civilian zones here. Attention citizens, as of today, security supervision of our 47 districts, including Kusagi Town, will be managed by Kaiser Security. In accordance with the acting General Student Council President's will and the new executive order, Kaiser Security will ensure public order in Kvotos. We request the public's cooperation to ensure a seamless transition. Oh man, running so late. Why is the traffic light taking forever today? I mean, late at this rate. Okay, I'll just go. Halt! Me? Yes, you. Why are you trying to cross the street when the light is red? I was running late for my appointment and was rushing. I'm very sorry. Can you give me a pass this one time? Rules apply to everyone equally. For violating the General Student Council's regulations and disrupting traffic, you will be charged with a 100,000 yen penalty. 100,000 yen ticket for jaywalking. I mean, I get jaywalking isn't cool, but that's way more than usual. Posting the world acting General Student Council President. Unacceptable. You are under arrest for this sedition. This can't be happening. Oh Jesus. Now, how does this thing work again? Is it this button? What's that? Why is everyone crying around this ATM? You there, why are you loitering around? Why are you loitering? Please bear with me, I'm an old man, not tech savvy. Withdrawing cash takes me a while sometimes. I just need to find the right button. Everyone is equal, no exceptions. All citizens deserve access to public utilities. You must move once your allotted time has passed. Your selfish behavior has created a line. Can't even get cash these days. Jeez. You there, what's that in your hand? Oh, this? Just a grenade. Just a grenade? Just a deadly explosive device that can destroy buildings and injure the citizens with a mere toss? Are you a terrorist? Who is your target? Hold up, since when can we not carry grenades around? You wouldn't tell me I couldn't carry my school books or water bottle, would you? I'm pretty sure grenades are listed in our supplies list. And according to the new executive orders, carrying explosives weighing over 100 grams within the DU territory is illegal. You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit a terror attack. No way, that's absurd. Oh yeah, this is one way to get people on your back. Yeah, sure. There are soldiers everywhere, and they're arresting citizens left, right, center. Since when did it become illegal to carry grenades in the city? If that was a thing, I would have been arrested ages ago. It's all part of the new executive order they issued. There's so many new rules and regulations they could probably teach an entire class on it. The textbook would be huge. We're focusing on the wrong thing here. Since when is Kaiser Corporation in charge of policing the police? Or policing the public? Shouldn't the whole lot of them be behind bars after the last failed coup? Kaiser has more influence than we realize, I think. I can't stand seeing law enforcement intimidating and arresting residents, even if it's in the name of crime prevention. That's just not how justice should be upheld. But, you know, today does feel more orderly. On a typical day in Cabos, you'd have some yahoos firing guns or trying to blow us up with a grenade launcher. With such a threatening security presence, no one's foolish enough to start anything. Why does it feel so wrong? Isn't this the ideal society? No one commits any crimes because the law reigns sovereign over the city. So why does it feel so ominous? Is this the justice I've envisioned all these years? Hey, you there! What are you doing? To not know me, is it your first time opponent such greatness? I would assume. We are well known, famous even among folks who pursue a lifestyle of minimalism and tranquility. You must have been living a life of extravagance to know about us. Uh-oh. No, it's this man. I remember this guy. I'm Discardus. We're a collective of the poor who hope to live simply and honestly. We call ourselves the pursuers of non-possessive happiness. The pursuers are for short. The pursuers? Exactly, and we aren't moochers of society. We chose this way of life to nourish our souls. Not working, not owning, not wanting. Interested? If you fancy a way of life, please. Bravo, want to take this idiot away. Oh boy. Now, wait a minute. We haven't done anything wrong. If you're going to haul us away, you have to at least give a reason. Okay, here's your reason. Because you did nothing. You're cancerous parasites leeching off of society. You drain its resources and give nothing in return. For a thriving community, we need to reshape mindsets like yours. We're sending you to the Kaiser Corporation's employment facility to work. Time for you to contribute to society. No. You can't make me work. No! Excuse me. Even if the course of action you pursue is for public good and safety, you cannot arrest citizens without a warrant. If you abuse your authority like this, as a member of the SRT Academy, I have no choice but to intervene. You must understand. This is the will of the acting president. Am I to understand you are questioning her command? Even if you say it's her will, a weapon has one purpose, and it's useless if you can't perform it. Anyway, which school are you from? I don't recognize your uniforms. The SRT Academy. SRT Academy? Doesn't ring any bells. Excuse me, are you trying to antagonize us? Saki, it's okay if they don't know. It just means we'll have to reteach them who we are one lesson at a time. On top of that, you seem to have weapons that violate the new executive order. You're being detained too! Drop your weapons and put your hands in the air. Rabbit 1, permission? Permission granted, on my signal. It's fine, I can handle this. Oh, this fucking man. It's been a while, Rabbit Squad. General, from the recent attack on Shale. You mean the one who nearly blew up a building during the operation to recapture Shale? I'm honored my decision stood out enough in the minds of such elites such as yourselves to be remembered. Don't get such a big head about it. It's more like your refusal to accept defeat was so absurd that I couldn't help but remember you. I suppose I'll have to take what I can get. I'll admit I may have underestimated your squad back then, but unfortunately for you, I'm not too prideful to learn from my past mistakes. Why let us go? The odds were on your side in that situation. As if those grunts would have stopped you. Regardless, I have orders. Direct orders from the acting student council presidents, in fact, not antagonize the SRT Academy students. The acting from the defense chief Kaya. Yes, it seems she's planning to reinstate the SRT Academy under her command this time. That's true, we may not be allies, but we will be on the same side. I have no reason to fight you. She's going to reinstate our SRT? There. Your complexion is pale. Do you need anything? Probiotics? Food? Please feel free to take advantage of Kaiser's services. You'll have access to whatever supplies you need at the Kaiser Express in front of the park. Granted, we can't openly give you outlawed weapons, but if you need something, let's just say we can arrange something a little more discreet. Your offer sounds fine and dandy, but I know when something's too good to be true. What are you scheming behind this? What are you scheming behind the scenes? Your last plan was to overthrow the Juno Student Council, failed largely because of us. Surely you resent us. Isn't that a given? I can't stand you, SRT. You have the power most can only dream of, and you squander it away in your shallow ideas of justice. Your misguided senses of righteousness almost cost me everything. Oh no! What'd I do? Oh. I don't know what I did. The idea of taking each and every one of you down, it's incredibly appealing. But sometimes recently, society requires us to be nice. It requires handshakes with trembling little rabbits. Personal vendettas mean nothing in the face of my greater goals. In that regard, President Kaya set a good example. She collaborated with anyone as long as it furthered her goals. She proved as much when she extended her hand again after I betrayed her. The cooperation of two people who understand how to exploit the other's strengths is stronger than your paltry relationships. Things like comradeship, friendship, machinations of the weak. You believe in nothing then? I have my beliefs, but they don't dictate my missions. I follow orders regardless of my personal beliefs. That's what makes an ideal soldier, a proper special ops agent. Can you claim that? To me, you're strong but idealistic to a fault. Whiny children. You're cowering prey who fight the injustices in front of you but turn your head at inequalities that don't affect you. So keep winning as many battles as you want, but you won't be able to win this war. You don't have the resolve. Let's head back, everyone. We've collected more than enough intel. Please feel free to accept some of Kaiser's free supplies on your way back. No, thank you. I'm not naive enough to be in debt to someone like you. Not when I don't know what you're planning. Oh, excellent. At least the leader has some amount of common sense. Until next time, then. When's the war gonna begin? I can't believe we just got lambasted by that loser of all people. Something's wrong. What is it? Is there something on my face? No, about when he was taunting us earlier. You're usually a hot-headed idiot, so I was just waiting for your balloon to explode. But you actually kept your cool. As our little Saki finally matured, there were soldiers everywhere with guns everywhere. It's not about maturity. I was trying to not get us killed. I would have liked to take that stupid general's face and well, he was right about one thing. Dominating in battle won't help if those in power change the rules every time they start losing. I mean, at the end of the day, we were made to follow orders. At SRT, that they always said on the battlefield, emotions are a distraction, and distractions mean failure. So I think it's time to address the elephant in the room. What's the next move, Miyako? Elephant? What do you mean? Don't play dumb. Yukino wants us to disband and become part of the Fox Squad. What do you want to do? I'm hesitant to disband the Rabbit Squad, but the SRT Academy is really reopened. It'd be a little purposeless to continue protesting here. Then maybe being a good weapon and listening is our best option. I mean, how much longer are we really going to live in the park? We can't keep scavenging for supplies forever. We have no way of making money and improving our situation. I personally would much rather have a warm bed when winter hits. I'll do whatever you want, Miyako. I see. Considering the Chief Kaya promised to restore the SRT Academy, keeping up this barricade in the park is pointless. Joining our seniors would mean a structured life, better weapons, and a comfortable place to live for the whole squad. What matters more to me? Those ideals I've dug my nails into since the moment I joined SRT, just that? Ideals? Dreams? My squad members' struggles are what matters. Okay, listen up, everyone. I can't make a final decision without hearing from you first. Uh-oh. Out of control. Oh no. final one. It's gonna leave us on a cliffhanger, isn't it? There's something about the smell of a bottle of Blue Mountain after morning drills. The heating and grinding process of the beans is meticulous and intense, but it's necessary for the beans to produce this perfect flavor. A harmonious blend of acidic and refreshing. Kind of like handling people. If you approach governing hesitantly, scared of opinions and backlash, you're left with nothing but a bitter taste in your mouth. There are murmurs now, but in time, people will see. They'll understand that freedom is a small price to pay for the harmony of order. With Chief Officer Ren's supporters ousted and Kaiser Corporation's cooperation secured, everything's on track. Granting them authority to dole out punishments was a no-brainer for access to influence and money. If I just slowly accumulate power like this, I might even become the next General Student Council president. Chief Kaya, Acting Defense Chief Acting General Student Council President, my apologies, but I have something to report. Report, Deputy Chief of Defense. This had better be important. I have too much on my plate for trivialities. Well, about that, don't worry, I report to the supervisory office. But Chief Officer Ren is unavailable, so I came directly to you instead. In that case, make it quick. What is it? At 11 a.m. earlier today, a cash transport train on the Hoku-Roku Central Line was commandeered by armed criminals. The current location is unknown. According to the protocol, the acting president must contact the transportation office to activate the emergency system and request assistance from neighboring districts. Yes, train hacking, armed robbers. Wait, a train was hijacked? Why am I only hearing about this now? Huh? But hijackings are practically routine, Kavotos. It's almost a monthly tradition at this point. And you're really empathetic, and you very empathetically specified no reports this morning, so... Routine, you said? And Chief Officer N used to handle these hijackings on top of her other responsibilities. Yes, that's correct. Fine, I'll handle the transportation. Coordinate with Valkyrie Police School to ID the criminals and seal up possible escape routes. Start with the stations. There's a slight issue. What? What now? The Public Peace Bureau Director and all of its members who usually handle this are actually still on probation. They were punished for disobeying orders. Due to the executive order going into effect, most security bureau students are out on weapons inspections, so there's no personnel to respond to the situation. Then rally any available officer or public safety member you can find. Isn't it restoring or order your duty? If you let this new council down, then I can't help but wonder what new role you, Deputy Chief of Defense, will be holding out once the dust settles. I'll handle it immediately. Didn't expect this being president to be so draining. Hello, Transportation Office. Chief Kaya, what do you want? My title is Acting General Student Council President, not Chief. You want me to call you that? My lunch will be delivered and go cold before I finished. Which, my lunch will be delivered soon, so I'm busy. There are more pressing matters than your lunch. The Deputy Chief of Defense reported a hijacking of a cash transport train on the Hoku-Roku Central Line. I need you to activate the emergency system and dispatch personnel. Organize a search and retrieval for the team and report back to me. Well, I think I'm good. Excuse me? Train hijackings aren't like snap my fingers and the problem will be fixed. It's going to be an annoying, drawn-out process. I'll handle it after lunch. Do you not grasp the urgency here? If you think your lackadaisical attitude is going to fly here, I'll arrest you for negligence and sabotage of the General Student Council. Sure, go ahead. I guess I won't have to work anymore. Can you ask them to bring me some chips? Oof. I really hope whoever replaces me can read and manage all these operational charts and stuff. Well, best of luck to them, I guess. Nobody knows Kavotos' operations like me and my staff, Kaya. But if you want to gut my department, go ahead. I'm sure that'll work out real well for you. Are you trying to strong-arm me? My lunch just got here. Later! Stay calm, Kaya. Deep breaths. You're Kavotos' finest and the future General Student Council President. Stay calm and rational. Tackle problems one at a time. Yeah, show you how it goes for you. What? What problem needs fixing now? You seem on edge, Acting President. Oh, Chief of Finance. Just dealing with a barrage of issues on my first day. There's always a transition period. You're a sensible one, so I trust you're not here to add to my troubles. So about that new executive order expenses invoice you submitted earlier? Yes, it's necessary for the new council. Please process it. Rejected. What? On what grounds? I reviewed it personally, and all the invoice entries are in Arabic numerals. It's against policy to process non-Chinese numerals to prevent fraud. Also, the authorization stamp is smudged and difficult to read. If I can't read the name, I can't verify it. If I can't verify it, I can't approve it. Resubmit it following the correct procedures at your convenience. Oh, wait, Chief Owie? Owie, I'm swamped all the way to my bangs right now. Couldn't you be overlooked this just once? I promise I'll make it up to you. No. No exceptions, no matter your position. Even Chief Officer Rin revises her mistakes herself. But revisions have a same-day turnaround. If it isn't corrected by today, I'll have to dismiss it entirely. Could I perhaps get an extension? Yeah. Just until tomorrow? Tomorrow, but not a minute later. Seriously? Did everyone just wake up and decide to be difficult today? Why can't I find any competent help? Not one single person. I can't believe my bad luck with people. Problems? Yes, but all trivial. They just don't need to be delegated properly. It's only that incompetence somehow has the power to make a mountain of even the tiniest molehill. The Fox Squad seems to be my only subordinate who can do as they're told. Because discipline and executing orders are our job, and a weapon is useless if it can't fulfill its purpose. That kind of mindset is why I appreciate you. I do have a question. When do you plan on reviving the SRT Academy? Is that really your concern right now? Right now, we need to secure the board's trust and consolidate power. Once I control the council, I'll make you 10 new SRTs. Priorities, Yukino. Understood. I apologize. It's okay. Remember, I'm the only one who truly understands you and your worth. Trust in me and you'll have what you want. Following my orders is the only way for you to give your squad members and those starry-eyed underclassmen what they need the most. Understood. Acting President, I have a report. At this point, nothing can surprise me anymore. Well, go on. What's the crisis this time? It's, the Director of Human Resources was attacked by her subordinates. What did you say? A few hours earlier, outside the General Student Council building. Uh-oh. Good work, comrades. The quick dismissal of the acting president was thanks to every single one of you here. You came together as one screaming voice, and our injustices were heard. It's been days. They might be our alumni, but they're so dedicated to protesting. It almost makes me feel bad. Do you hear how they refuse payment? There's no need for pity. Challenging injustice and authority is the workers' way. We can protest all day as long as it's against those in power. I guess you never really take the red winner out of the student. So is Chief Officer Rin really gone? Huh? That's old news. She couldn't take the power of our protesters' shouts. Chief Officer Rin stepped down already. Then who is the acting General Student Council president now? Shiranui Kaya now, I think. It's kind of confusing, but they said the old president chose her or something. Which means... Down with fake President Kaya! What? What are you chanting right now? Hey, we won already. We wanted Rin out, not Kaya. We did, but Rin stepped down. Kaya is the acting president now. She's the representative authority of all of Kavodos. So that means everything in Kavodos is her fault now. Oh boy. Can't even begin to follow your logic. She just became the acting president today. How could she possibly be responsible for the state of Kavodos? Leaders are accountable for their team's mistakes. So when issues arising, Kavodos should fall on the shoulders of the current acting General Student Council president, aka Shiranui Kaya. Whether it's the absence of a 3-day work week, the unexpected cold snap, or even the limit of pudding portions, Kaya has to answer for all of it. Denounce anything, demand everything. Oh boy, here we go. These revolutionaries are so self-absorbed. Look, you're done here. Get out! Comrade, she's unveiling her true colors. They can never be hide. They're evil for long. Just like President Shireen and her motley crew. Never forget, this is why we hate bureaucrats. We won't rest until all tyrants and capitalists are gone. No, don't come closer. Stay back or I'll report you all to Chief Akaya. Fuck you. Get riddance. Ha, was that a threat? That's how we say good morning at Red Winter Academy. Comrades, are we prepared to fight? Oh boy. Well, someone's going to war at least. Red Winter Liberty Party struggles begins anew! Oh boy. Oh, what a way. Well, this didn't end in a cliffhanger. Black coffee. Oh boy. So what's Rabbit Squad gonna do? Leave me on a cliffhanger for that? No! Fuck me! Alright. Well, at least it leave me on a cliffhanger. Well, it kinda did with the Rabbit Squad. Oh boy. Alright, well that's interesting. Things were starting to look up for the Kabutos, but things are taking a turn for the worse again. There just can't be a moment of peace in this place. I remember, why can't we go back to the old days where we were just going through life? Now it's all this doom and gloom shit. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for now. So I'm not quite sure what's gonna be coming up next. Probably the part 2, whenever that's gonna come out. I'm not quite sure when that's gonna come in, honestly. Maybe a couple weeks from now. Hopefully not too long. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.